I know that last time I made a video, I was not feeling the best. Still, I'm doing a little bit better now. I used to make matcha for myself every morning. I made matcha, and not just that, but I actually drank it. And it's just good. I was like very depressed, and so pretty sure I'm still a little bit, but it's not as bad to the point where I couldn't, now I could actually like drink a whole matcha and like it's fine. Whatever. I just wanted to talk again. I did make an appointment with a therapist, my therapist I haven't seen in a while, and going back to therapy kind of sucks because it's like I haven't seen her in months and I don't want to tell her everything. I didn't want to have an appointment again. I didn't want to see her, talk to her, because I was like, so much has happened. And if you go to therapy a lot, you grew up like, not grew up, but like if you go to, sorry, that's my dog over here. If you go to therapy a lot, you know that going back to therapy after months of not doing it is exhausting because there's so much to say. And to the point where if you miss so much time, it's like, is there even a point of even talking about this anymore? But obviously there is. But it's still like really exhausting. So I did make an appointment, like a back-to-back one before the year ends, to try and tell her everything before it gets especially crazy. I'm trying to be responsible here. So currently I have a heart monitor on, and I did go to a cardiologist. Don't know. They probably told me that there's nothing wrong because everything else looked normal for like an EKG and everything like that. Still don't really know what's wrong with me. So I don't know. I watched this one video of this TikToker. I downloaded it in case it like got deleted, but she explained something really well. I'll put like a link below, or like, I don't know. It's like a long video, but it's very good. And I think that this explains maybe what's going on with me and a lot of other people, because I had a really good, I was surprised at how many people had commented and said they had related to me. And it was like, I don't have a lot of like subscribers or nothing. It was like 6 people or 6 comments like talking about how they experience something similar or like they feel the same way. And I can't imagine how many people in the world feel like this right now. I mean, there's just like a lot of shit going on, and us having access to media and having access to phones and like seeing people so often and seeing everything. I think it's catching up to everybody. But I kind of wanted to talk about something, I guess. I don't know, I just feel like I can talk finally, so I'm gonna use my voice and like talk on here. I used to do a lot of things that I would say I'm a creative person. I used to be extremely creative growing up. I would draw, I would dance, I loved reading, writing, I played sports. I did everything basically that like, and any extracurricular that you could think of. I did it. Music, all that stuff. And then, growing up, having a mental illness, I strayed away from the things that I loved here and there, then I came back, and then I strayed away again, and I came back, and then over and over and over. And now I'm here at this age. I'm a grown woman. And I strayed away from the things that I loved again after working so hard to get back into it. And I don't even know why I'm even making these videos, honestly, but whatever, I'll just continue. And now I'm back to square one again. I worked so hard on myself to be able to go to these dance classes, do the thing I loved, buy equipment to create music, and then I fell into a depression again. And my mental health just severely went down, physical health severely went down, and I'm still like trying to figure out what's going on with me, right? And I keep asking myself why, like, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? My mom was like, you gotta stop asking yourself, what's wrong with you, You already know. I have a mental illness, like, I already know what's wrong with me. I'm not like, oh, I'm not like the other people. No, it's nothing like that. It's literally like there is like a chemical imbalance in my brain. There's something a little bit off compared to like maybe what a regular human experience is supposed to be like doesn't mean that I'm weird or something is terribly wrong with me. So she's like, you gotta switch up your mindset and stop saying that. Because every time I say it, I just kind of get more sad. Because I'm like, yeah, what the fuck is wrong with me? Like, what's wrong with me? You know? Like, I can't do anything anymore, and I'm disappointing myself constantly. But I did tell my mom again. I'm very grateful to have a good relationship with her, and she's like the only parent I have a good relationship with right now. So I was like, okay, well, I need to get back into the things that I love, because when I was doing that, even if life was hard and shit was hard and like I didn't know what I was doing, or like I didn't have any security other than like that was like the one security that I did have in life. So I'm like, okay, well, my goal basically for the new year, which I'm gonna share for my own accountability, like just to look back and be like, did you do it? You better have done it. And if you didn't do it, just do it again, start again. Even if it's exhausting, because, you know, shit, if we're gonna be here and we're gonna do this over and over again, you might as well keep doing the thing that you like over and over again. So this is a message for myself, really, and maybe for other people who are watching for some reason. I felt like I was too, this sounds stupid, I know, because it's like, girl, you're kind of young, like, duh. Well, I'm in like my 20s, right? So it's like I felt like a certain time has passed for me to be able to do anything successful when it comes to being creative, like musically, anything artistically. Like, I like to dance. I love dancing. That's my specialty, basically. I think that I pick up choreography very quickly. I have always had that skill. Music, I've been able to pick up music very fast. I grew up playing instruments, and even to this day, I can just pick it up, and yeah, I'm rusty, but I'll figure it out fast. I listen. I don't need to read the music, but I can read music, you know? This is just like a word vomit video, basically, but I guess it's time to get the fuck up. Who cares about your age? And who cares about how many times you have to get up to do the same thing over and over again? Because if you're gonna get up and do the same shit over and over again, it might as well be the thing that you love the most. Even if the thing, like the way that you perceive the success is not the outcome that happens, it's successful still, because you're still doing the thing that you love, you know? I feel like maybe people are expecting a certain type of success, like when it comes to like fame or like having a lot of wealth and like all these things, and like the stereotypical type of like, oh, this is what success looks like. But I think anybody knows who's creative. If you really are doing it for the intention of to satisfy that creativity inside of you, like, yeah, I'll like being like, I want to be a singer, I want to be a dancer, I want to be on tour, I want to do all these things, right? Like, whatever. Anything like that. These things are still attainable at any age, and just because you have never seen somebody do it before doesn't mean that it's not achievable. Shit, you might as well be the first one to do it. You know what I mean? Show people that there is a new path, and if you have never seen it done before, just be the first one to do it. Just because you've never seen it in media doesn't mean that it's never going to happen. And if you push yourself hard enough, even though there's like so many obstacles, you know, getting in the way, and it might seem impossible, it's scary, just do it. Shit, at this point, it's like, what else do I gotta lose, man? Like, what else I gotta lose? I think any artist or anybody who's ever been great has realized that there was a certain point that they're like, what the fuck, I'm just gonna go do the thing that I want. If I'm gonna suffer, I might as well suffer and try than suffer and not try, you know? And no matter how many times your mental illness or like your physical illness or anything gets in the way of it, just pause and get up again and do it. It's always gonna be there because it's always inside of you, you know? That part never goes away, because unless you go away, that's never gonna go away. You know what I mean? I don't know if any of the stuff I'm saying makes sense, but it's like if you think that it died one day, but you're still here, it never actually died. It's just inside of you. You just gotta find it again. And to find it again, you just gotta remind yourself that, hey, I actually fucking love this thing. I actually love this. This actually made me happy. Like, I forget all the time that the dancing makes me happy, even though I know inside it's like your mental illness just fucking, like, it fogs up your mind to the point where you forget the most basic things. Like, for example, me forgetting that I liked matcha, that I like to make my own little matcha in the morning and drink it, and that alone would make me happy. It made me forget that I liked doing that. It's really dumb. So if it makes you forget the little things like that, it definitely can make you forget the big things like that. And I can only say all of this now and communicate this now because now I feel like I'm okay. Now I'm feeling okay right now in this moment. I don't know how I'm gonna feel next week or tomorrow or the next couple hours. So I'm glad I'm able to communicate this now, though. And I don't know if anybody was gonna see this, but it's like, shit. It's mainly for me, I guess. And yeah, just make sure that if you're gonna do something, and my biggest thing is like, I think what I really wanted to say was that do it even if it scares you, even if it's freaking terrifying. Do it so that you can say that you did it, because even if it's not, like I said, at the level of success that you're like, that's what success looks like because they're on TV, that doesn't mean that's success for you. You know what I mean? Success is the fact that you even tried. You have reached success when you tried and you got up and you did it. And if that's hard still, that's okay. Baby steps. Nobody needs to see. Sometimes people don't need to see the whole journey. They just need to see it when you get there sometimes. The journey is private. The journey is lonely and it's private. Nobody sees it. Nobody will ever understand that. And a part of me is like, that's so sad. But then another part of me is like, that's actually really nice. Because that means I get to develop on my own, and that's like in a way, a very spiritual and sacred kind of thing. I don't know if anything I'm saying makes sense right now, but I just kind of want to talk about that and communicate that I'm going to see how my results end up for my heart thingy, my little heart monitor I have on. I'm also going to a neurologist. Not that anybody needs to know any of this, a lot of mind your own business type stuff, but it's like, I made that video, and I think the 6 people who cared maybe would like to see what's going on. I think I would like to see for my future. I still plan on being here, so why not, right? For now. We try. And while I'm still planning on being here, I might as well try to admit to myself that I love music and art and dancing and singing and being creative in any way possible. And I will do anything that I can do possible, even if it's silent, which I strongly advise you be silent in your movements. Don't let people know about certain things. They don't need to know, even if they're like your best friend. Like, I'm sorry, like, there's certain things that it's so private and sacred in order for you to be successful. Oh, that's my dog. I'm so sorry. I thought she was like about to bark. And I plan on achieving those things because I think my depression also stems from the fact that I haven't even tried, and that I'm scared. That I'm scared to even try, and that I'm scared for people to see me that certain way, even though I know that I have the potential. And I know a lot of us feel that way. So, yeah. That's all I gotta say for now. Bye. Have a good day.